Welcome to the Film Fan Club Show, Phase 2, Episode 2. Today, we're going to talk about the box office, new Justice League details, as well as that Entertainment Weekly Rogue One cover. So sit back, relax. The Film Fan Club Show starts right now. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Film Fan Club Show. My name is Sam Carrico, and today my guest is
Chris Gazaway.
And we are going to be talking about lots of stuff. First up, we got the weekend box office. How you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing all right. As you know, I woke up really early.
Yes, we're both actually in Louisville right now recording this. This is the first Film Fan Club Show from Louisville, Kentucky, that is. What are we competing in?
Broadcast news.
Broadcast news competition for Skills USA. Post-secondary, hopefully we make it. We'll see what happens this Friday. So, first up, did you see any movies this past weekend, Chris?
Not this past weekend, unfortunately, because, a lot of stuff going on, but...
Yeah, I had to pack for Louisville.
Yeah.
Neither did I. I did get a chance to see Finding Dory. It was pretty good. It was a little bit more all over the place than the last movie was. The last movie was a little bit tighter, but let's talk about the box office for a second. First, coming in at number 1 is Finding Dory at $135 million this weekend. Number 2, Central Intelligence, starring The Rock and Kevin Hart, with $35 million. Number 3 is The Conjuring 2, still holding strong with an additional $14 million, bringing its overall total to $71 million and already surpassing its $40 million budget. Number 5, rounding out it's a steep drop for Warcraft, 70%. It's down to $7 million this past weekend, but it's still doing very well overseas, so we might actually see a sequel. So, Chris, I'm going to throw it over to you. You hear about this top 5. Warcraft not doing so well. Dory's doing all right. Central Intelligence, What stands out to you about this, and what are you interested in seeing?
I don't find it surprising that Finding Dory is so popular, because I see so many adults even that are like...
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm so glad I have kids because it's an excuse for me to go watch it. So I'm not surprised about that. I'm kind of surprised to hear that Central Intelligence is doing so well.
I thought it would. I was wondering how it would work, because are you a fan of like Kevin Hart's comedy or anything like that?
It's hit and miss for me. I like his stand-up probably, and I like some of his smaller roles in movies, but he's not quite there for me yet. He's
kind of starting to become a little bit like Melissa McCarthy to me, where every time he or she shows up in a movie, they're the same kind of character, and it's like I would like to see them branch out a little bit.
Almost typecast.
Yeah, exactly. But I heard this film, I haven't seen Central Intelligence yet. I kind of want to. It looks like it could be funny.
I'll always support The Rock because, I'm a wrestling fan and stuff, and he's just amazing to look at. He's just buff and stuff.
Yeah, he's become a really good actor, leading man, your typical movie star, really. Yeah. But I was wondering how it would turn out, because in that film, I think The Rock is like a former nerd turned awesome, cool CIA agent, and then Kevin Hart was like the cool guy in high school, and now he's like working in an office.
Oh, so they're doing 21 Jump Street?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
And with that formula, 21 Jump Street works, so maybe this one will work too. I still need to see it, but The Conjuring 2, have you seen either of The Conjurings?
I didn't see The Conjuring. I'm not a big horror movie
Neither
fan,
am I.
But I don't really know much about The Conjuring, actually. I know it scared some people, but some people are afraid of everything. So
did I skip? I might have skipped over Now You See Me 2 whenever I pointed out the weekend box office.
Was it on there?
Yeah, it's number 4. Number 1, Finding Dory. Number 2, Central Intelligence. Number 3, The Conjuring. Number 4, Now You See Me 2. And number 5 is Warcraft.
See, Warcraft I don't know a whole lot about, but
we were just talking about. You didn't even know that it was coming out.
Well, I saw the trailer when I was watching. I can't remember what movie it was right off the top of my head, but I saw it and I was like, "Whoa, is this like World of Warcraft? Is that what they're going off of?" But you informed me it's a game. Yeah,
the original, not really World of Warcraft, I'm told, but the actual the original Warcraft, because I guess the Warcraft is a single player game, and then the other one, World of Warcraft, is I guess an online multiplayer. I don't know, but I really think the marketing could have been a little bit better on it. They weren't very strong.
Anything about it.
Yeah, they weren't really strong with the TV spots. Even going into the movie, I'm like, "What's the plot?" I have no idea. But really, I figured out it's like a refugee story. The orcs, they want to live on the same land as the humans, and the humans don't like the orcs, but the orcs kind of some like the humans, some don't. Some want to live peacefully, some want to rule. Is that kind of something that interests you?
It kind of has some undertones of what goes on in real life. So.
Yeah, exactly. I like it whenever they can kind of reflect our actual culture, and sometimes. So, and then that was out of the top 5, and then, rest of that, X-Men Apocalypse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Me Before You, and Captain America Civil War, I think, has now crossed $400 million just in the United States, not including globally.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you saw Civil War, correct?
And yeah, it deserves every bit of that money, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, to me, probably Avengers, when I saw Avengers in, 2012?
Yeah.
Or whenever it came out, I thought that was one of the greatest, superhero movies. And then you have Civil War, and I was just blown away by it. I couldn't really pick apart things because that would just be nitpicking. Yeah.
Honestly, in my review, I gave it 9 out of 10, and it was because there was just so much to enjoy and so little that had me scratching my head. I mean, and again, I'm going to throw it to you. Which was your favorite introduction for a new character, Black Panther or Spider-Man?
Man, I will say Black Panther because I'm not overly familiar with him. I knew of the character, but not a whole lot. But I thought they introduced him pretty well.
And you know who Spider-Man
is.
Everyone
knows Spider-Man. So yeah, that was kind of and I'd already heard that he was seen in the last trailer that they put out. So
that's right. Yeah.
I think Black Panther was, for me, the best introduction.
That's good, because a lot of people have been saying Spider-Man. I felt so bad, too, because Spider-Man, for the most of the time that he's in the film, it's CGI. Whereas with Chadwick Boseman, who plays Black Panther, he's got he's got an arc throughout the whole film. His father dies, and he's got to deal with that. You get to see some acting out of him. And I really think it was a good sneak into the future with the Black Panther.
I think. Go ahead. Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think we'll see a little bit more origin there, hopefully. Or I don't know. Are they just kind of jumping?
I think they're just going to kind of jump in without the origin story.
Okay, well then that's beautiful because
we've seen it so many
times.
Yeah. Black Panther. Did you happen to stay through both of the post-credit scenes?
Yes.
Yeah, I like the Black Panther one. You get to see a little bit of Wakanda, and I wonder do you think Bucky is going to have anything to do in the Black Panther movie because he's there?
Maybe a smaller role.
Yeah, a long. I have a hard time seeing how he'd fit in, other than the fact that he's in the same country. But people have been bringing it up, and I don't know. Speaking of the Spider-Man: Homecoming, have you seen any of the set pics that came out?
No, I don't think I have. I heard Hannibal. I can't remember.
The comedian Hannibal something.
Yeah, he's going to be a part of that.
And you said you said he was a better actor than comedian.
Yeah. I can't. Well, I couldn't get through one of his stand-ups. I didn't find him that funny, but I always love his characters that he plays in movies. So he'll probably surprise me.
This cast of Spider-Man: Homecoming, honestly, it's just getting really. Donald Glover's in there. You got Michael Keaton. I almost said Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is going to be there.
Is Marissa Tomei going to be Aunt May?
She's going to be Aunt May, I think,
man,
for the rest.
She is beautiful.
She is. I am not complaining there at all.
The hottest Aunt May ever.
For real. It's like the Curious Case of Benjamin. They made a meme where it was the Curious Case of Aunt May, and I thought that was so funny. All right, so let's move on. Some pretty cool Justice League details dropped. Batman's getting 2 new suits. He's getting a Batmobile. There was set visits, Wonder Woman, all that jazz. So the new logo. What are you most excited about for Justice League?
That's kind of tough.
And while you talk, I'm going to look at more stuff.
I really hope, as far as Justice League goes, I hope they can kind of do it better than Batman vs. Superman.
Yes, for real.
I had many problems, as most people did, with that movie, but I just really hope they pull it off right. I'm really excited to see Aquaman and how they introduce him.
Jason Momoa and all the and I didn't really. I thought his little teaser in Batman vs Superman. I think they could have done something better with how they shot it or what he was doing. But Jason Momoa as Aquaman, he looks awesome, and I haven't been discouraged so far. Wonder Woman, her acting was a little bit weird in Batman vs Superman, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But so far, all the other members of the Justice League sound awesome. Where's Superman? All these details have been coming out. It takes place a few months after Batman vs. Superman. They went back. Originally, they announced 2 parts, Part 1 and Part 2 of Justice League, but now that's not really a thing anymore. It's just one complete story, and then they're going to do a sequel. So it's just going to be more like The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises rather than Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2. And Steppenwolf, who we've been thinking this whole time that Darkseid is going to be the villain, but really I guess it's I'm not very familiar with Steppenwolf myself. I think he's Darkseid's uncle or something, or some weird alien dude. I don't know, how do you feel about some alien dude being the villain?
Because I kind of lean a little Marvel.
Yeah.
So I'm not as familiar with all the DC characters. I'm familiar with Darkseid, not familiar at all with Steppenwolf.
Yeah, Steppenwolf. I see. I don't even. I heard someone say Stephen Wolf, and I was like, what? But yeah, so I mean, I'm honestly, I kind of wish that me and Peyton, who's in the other room over there, we were talking about how all the Spider-Man villains were kind of like, oh no, science. And then now it seems like all the superhero movies, whether it be Thanos or Apocalypse. Yeah. Well, Apocalypse isn't from space, but like Thanos, Darkseid, Steppenwolf. It's like, oh no, space, aliens are bad. We gotta fight them. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just a little bit tired. I would rather have something like, like a Magneto or the Joker or someone that's actually... Or how
about a good Lex Luthor?
Yeah, good Lex Luthor. That's not a bad idea. And actually, he's coming back for Justice League, I believe. Jesse Eisenberg has confirmed that he's going to be back for the movie. So how do you feel about that?
I think,
It's expected, yeah.
Of course, and let's just... I don't know. I didn't really like Lex Luthor's portrayal in Dawn of Justice, but who knows? I'll give him one more chance, but... And I mean, who am I to judge an acclaimed actor? But for me, I think they could have picked somebody better for Lex Luthor.
Well, to be fair, he was not acclaimed for that movie. But I do think all the problems with Batman vs. Superman are something... It's not like something, oh my god, we just got to reboot right now and wipe the slate clean. It's like, no, you can do a sequel to this. Just like I thought with the Green Lantern movie, which wasn't that good. But it's like, you could fix this in a sequel, I feel like. You could actually write some better dialogue for Lex Luthor. Maybe tell... Jesse Eisenberg to stop acting so twitchy all the time and maybe stop with that little lip quiver thing that he was doing and actually have... Ben Affleck was just saying, and we were talking about it off camera or off mic or whatever before we were recording, that he's waiting for a perfect script to start writing the Batman movie.
Which is smart. Like, exactly. I think that's probably what... And you were saying this too, that the problem with Dawn of Justice, they kind of rushed, and the script wasn't even finished being written before they started. Yeah,
or they had a script and then they started rewriting it in the middle of production, and it was like, and that really, and you can tell from the title itself, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. It's like those two things don't go together at all. It was supposed to be a movie about Batman wanting to fight Superman and fighting Superman and their conflict and how it's resolved. Instead, it's like, all right, let's push all that to the side. Here's Wonder Woman and everyone else. Yeah. And it was a little bit.
And personally, I and this is just me. I wouldn't have shown as much of Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman in Dawn of Justice. I would have maybe shown their logos in the file when Wonder Woman was going through it or whoever.
Yeah, have some little hints or something.
Yeah, but don't give it away yet.
Yeah, what I loved is in Iron Man 2, the post. Now, Iron Man 2 is not a perfect film. I think it's better than Batman vs. Superman for sure, but. And it's actually my second favorite of the Iron Man movies. I hate Iron Man 3 a lot more than Iron Man 2. But anyways, Iron Man 2, they have a post-credit scene where it's just like, sir, we found it. And it shows Thor's hammer. And it's like, holy crap, Thor's coming. Yeah, you don't have to show Thor coming.
That's exactly what they should have done. They should have been a post-credit scene, because there was no post-credit scene for Dawn of Justice.
It was so funny, because Zack Snyder was like, actually, that's because I put all my Easter eggs in the film. I'm like, yeah, and it made the film kind of suck.
Yeah. And, people, even at the theater that I went to, the ushers were telling me there's no post-credit scene, don't bother staying behind.
Yeah, it was the worst. I worked at a movie theater for the longest time, and I wanted so bad. Our rule at Cinemark is you can't, try and get them out of the theater because people get mad or something like that, maybe. But, I wanted to tell them so bad there is no post-credit scene, and then I was still working there when Civil War came out, so I couldn't do anything about that, but...
Oh, man.
And other stuff, we also know, this is just some minor tidbits. Zeus, apparently related to Wonder Woman, going to have a small part in the film. I don't know how that works. Willem Dafoe is playing Volko. He's from another generation than Aquaman. He's an Atlantean, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and he's... also, I guess... there's going to be a level of mythology added to the film. They're going to say, I read in these details, they're hundreds of thousands of years ago, the Atlanteans, the Amazons, and the humans all had to unite to fight Darkseid, and now he's coming back. And that, I'm like, does that plot interest you? A war kind of, almost you said you've seen Justice League War. Is that kind of what happens there, or because that's what this is this sounds like an all-out Atlanteans, Amazonians, humans all uniting to bam.
And I'm kind of wondering how they're gonna tie in Aquaman and Wonder Woman, if they have lineage or something, like you're saying.
Yeah, I wonder if, because...
Does Wonder Woman know about Aquaman, or...
Well, she does now at the end of Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, she saw that. So.
But it's like, what are her ties to what are the Amazons' ties to the Atlanteans?
Yeah.
Especially, why doesn't Wonder Woman, if they've been, in cahoots since thousands of years ago, why doesn't Wonder Woman know about it then? What happened? Maybe there's like some sort of rift that was created to him, and now they all have to unite to bring
it could be
Darkseid.
argued she doesn't know about him, and while she was going through those files, maybe she already knew about him. But
and she's just, oh yeah, because Gal Gadot was pretty wooden in that film, so you could never tell. Oh man, I love to crap on that.
She's
all right,
a gorgeous woman, though.
Gorgeous woman, not the best actress. Hopefully she gets better. I think one of the things could be improved in the next movie. She can continue to take acting lessons and continue to sharpen her skill set. So we'll see. Have you seen? Did I show you the Rogue One cover yet?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I was
so
pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
Darth Vader.
Yeah, switching gears. Darth Vader is confirmed for Star Wars Rogue One. Lots of new details. Also, did you see the trailer?
Yeah.
And Forrest Whitaker, the African American, he's like, who will you become? They're saying that he's playing a character that's from the Star Wars movies before. Like, he's a character we're going to recognize. So who do you think that might be that Forrest Whitaker's playing? I'm thinking, someone said it was, do you remember, it's a very small character. His name was like Panaka. He was an African American. He was Padme's guard in, he was one of Padme's guards in The Phantom Menace. And so lots of people are claiming that it could be him. I
tried to block that movie from my mind, actually.
It's kind of weird because, all the films that take place before before Rogue One are all prequels. So when they're saying it's a character that we know already, it's like, well, that's a character from the prequels then, right? So why is... It's so funny because the Force Awakens did everything they could to make sure they're referencing only the original trilogy. But now we're kind of... Disney's kind of saying, yeah, we're all one big saga, and that's kind of nice.
I am excited that Darth Vader's back.
Yeah.
Because that'll be, it's so cool. I mean, he's been dead, and now we'll get to, a little in-between story that maybe not all of us know about.
It makes so much sense, too, just to have him in this film. It wouldn't make sense to not have him in it. Just like, Maud Mothma, from the original trilogy, and then she was in deleted scene in Revenge of the Sith. She's a Star Wars staple. We had to make sure that she was there for this story. Rogue One, Darth Vader definitely needs to be there, wrecking shit up, killing rebels. I think it's going to be great. And how brutal do you think his scenes are going to... what do you think they're going to, because they said, quote-unquote, brutal was how bad Darth Vader's going to be in the film.
Really, really dark.
Yeah, exactly. So we might see, a darker Darth Vader than ever before. Are you interested in seeing that?
Yeah, definitely. The way that movies have gone, and since Nolan put out The Dark Knight,
sure.
Everything's a lot
getting
darker and grittier. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that kind of prospect. Now, who do you think's going to voice it? Because James Earl Jones is still alive.
But he's getting older, yeah. He's been doing the voice for the show Star Wars Rebels, and admittedly, he does sound older. But, he's James Earl Jones, so I think you got to get James Earl Jones back. And if you don't... they cast someone new in the suit, and then people online were getting bad. Why didn't you get the original guy back for the suit?
Give me a break.
It's a guy in a suit. Yeah. Anyone can walk around, look ominous, and turn their body, and then hold up their hand to choke somebody. You got to have James Earl Jones to add the voice. He's Darth Vader, honestly. Yeah. It's not the guy that...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm not... Well, let's draw the line, though, on the Wookiee. I want Chewbacca to be the same guy.
Peter Mayhew.
Yeah, because he's still tall.
Yeah, what they did for The Force Awakens, I think, is they had Peter Mayhew there for all the scenes where Chewbacca's just hanging around, sitting, talking with Han and
Nothing
stuff.
Physical.
Yeah, and then whenever he was actually running, shooting people and stuff, it was someone in a suit. Which that's basically like a stuntman.
That's nature. Yeah, you're gonna get older and not be able to move around as good as you could back in the 70s.
Yeah, which is a weird offshoot. Why is Chewbacca not gray yet? I have no idea.
That's
so
weird. I don't know
yeah.
how Wookiees age. Yeah. Is it dog years? Obviously not dog years. He'd have been dead a long time.
Yeah,
maybe it's the opposite of dog years or something.
Probably that. I would love to see them just spend an entire 5-minute scene in Episode 8.
I would love to see a little bit of an origin of him, of Chewbacca.
Well, the Han Solo movie. Did you know there's a Han Solo movie coming out?
No, I think I may have vaguely heard that in passing, though.
Yeah, it's going to be I don't know if it's an origin story, but it's going to be before. And actually, the guy who's playing Han Solo, and his name's Alden Ehrenreich. He's only been a couple movies that I know of. But he's actually going to have a cameo, or allegedly so, in Rogue One, the Star Wars story. So we might see our new Han Solo later this year. So you think that'd be cool?
Yeah, I do. I'm all for I'm open to change and stuff like that, and especially when it fits with the timeline that they're going through.
It is the past. It's before the original trilogy.
Obviously, you're not going to want to CGI Harrison Ford's face, because I think that...
Oh, God,
that, like, technology is just, awful.
It's the valley of
just because
uncanny.
you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. And, I mean, people are saying that they might do it. Tarkin, the character Tarkin, who's, like, the lieutenant who tells Vader blow up the Empire, or blow up the Alderaan. And so they're thinking, like, I heard a rumor they were going to bring back the original actor, even though he's dead. They're going to put Peter Cushing back in the role, but digitally, like a hologram or something. I'm like, don't do that. Just put a guy in there. Maybe put him in makeup. Just you can have a different actor play someone younger. They do it all the time.
Didn't they do that with the Emperor? Right? I mean,
it was the same. It was the same guy. But what happened with the Emperor was weird because he was really young in the original trilogy, and then he got out of the makeup, and then he got old, and then it was like, oh, you're actually the perfect age to play him in the prequels. Wow. So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's so cool how it's the same guy all throughout all the movies. And here's another thing. Darth Vader's going to be in Rogue One. Will the Emperor make an appearance?
That's a good question. Like, do we know where Rogue One is? Like,
it
on
is
the timeline, kind of?
Okay, well, I think it's within a year of A New Hope. So it's because the Death Star is basically built, and it's about. And remember, in A New Hope, that's when it becomes operational. So in Rogue One, it's about to be. So they're like maybe even within like 90 days of the first film.
That would almost lead you to believe that Rogue One's not going to end on a good note. Like,
oh no,
for heroes.
No, these characters are not going to make it out of this alive. I don't think so.
Which I think is brave and really cool.
Oh, it's ballsy for sure. So let's switch gears a little bit. There's some different movies coming out this weekend. We got The Shallows with Blake Lively. We've got Free State of Jones with Matthew McConaughey, and then we got another one that I totally forgot what was coming up. So let's just talk about the two that I remember.
Great, because I haven't heard of either one of them, but I do know Blake Lively
Blake Lively. Yeah, she's
lively. She's lively. She's very lively.
She's very lively. Yes,
she's a beautiful, beautiful woman, and apparently she likes Deadpool. So. Whatever.
Yeah, I think she is with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they're thinking about having kids or something. I just recently read.
I wonder
or they're breeders.
Independence Day resurged. How could I forget Independence Day?
Yeah,
did you see the first one?
Oh, absolutely.
So how good is the first one, and does it make you want to see a new one? Because I haven't seen the first one.
I love the first one. I think it came out in '96. I'm pretty sure. I'm good about years, but I loved it.
That sounds right.
I loved it, because back then Will Smith was really popular, and I thought it told a good story.
But he's not coming back for the new one, though.
Yeah, and I don't really see a place for him anymore. But I'm into it. I don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I guess I'll have to go watch it. But it's always interesting whenever you watch movies where the whole world has to band together. Put all their differences and BS aside.
I'm not gonna lie. I have never in my life had any indication to want to go see an Independence Day movie. The most I know about Independence Day is that scene in Austin Powers 2 where Dr. Evil goes back to the 60s and shows them the clip so they think that the White House, because they hadn't seen it. I love that movie. Austin Powers 2 is great.
And you don't remember the Welcome to Earth?
Yeah,
the punch to the alien face.
But I saw the trailer for this new one, and it showed like all these action scenes, and it shows, I guess it's the speech from the first movie, maybe, where he's talking about the world standing together.
We will not go quietly in the night.
Yeah, and that was badass. That made me want to.
Motivated me.
Oh man!
If we had a president like that in real life, oh man, I might enlist. Who knows?
For real. Hashtag Jill 2016.
Yeah.
So it's in our hands. No, but anyways, moving on from politics. So I think it's safe to say, out of Independence Day, The Shallows, and Free State of Jones, you're most interested in Independence Day?
Definitely.
The Shallows, of course, is the shark movie, and Free State of Jones is with Matthew McConaughey, and it's like set in the Civil War. And I don't know if you've seen the trailers for. I saw the trailer, and I'll show you one after we get off the podcast here. But I think that looks like it could be. I'm really weirded out that it's not in December, October, November, so one of those Oscar kind of baity seasons, because this movie looks like it could, there's some stills from it if you want to see, but this movie looks like it could be something that might bring an Oscar recommendation. Would you think so? Based on the pictures?
Yeah, I mean, it really could, and I'm really into colonial, or
Civil War era kind of, yeah.
So, I think it would be interesting. I think Matthew McConaughey's, a lot of people have different opinions on him. I think he's pretty decent, though. Ever
since, the past, post 2010, Matthew McConaughey has been on his A game constantly with Interstellar. Did you like Interstellar?
I did, but man,
third act screwed my head up. Yeah.
that was definitely one that you have to watch maybe 2 or 3 times and be like, okay, you just got to come up with your own ending, make it make sense to you. As best as I can describe that.
I made this really funny meme out of, I don't know if I told you about it, but I haven't told the audience, the microphone, that I made this really funny meme where it's like, it was taking, you know how Batman's like, I bet your parents taught you that you were important. My parents taught me that the world only makes sense if you force it to. And I put a meme, I was like, my parents taught me Batman versus Superman only makes sense if you force it to.
Exactly, yeah.
All the DC fanboys, they're like, no, but Batman, it's about him going from a murder to a hero, and Lex Luthor, and like all this stuff that's like,
I'm like, you can church it up all you want, but
that was not in the movie. That you can say it was there, but I didn't see it. But it's all, when it's all subtext like that, I mean, the script has to have some. Anyways, we're getting off topic, so let's just wrap it up. Chris, where can people find you online? And thanks again for coming on the show, by the way.
Oh man, I loved it. Thank you for having me. You can find me on YouTube, actually. Just look up Christopher Gazaway, Gazaway, and I update that thing quite a bit. You know, we're both in TV production, so we...
That's right, you're coming back for year 2, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So that's pretty cool. And of course, we both are doing the broadcast news national championship this week at Skills USA. We actually have already done our competition.
Yes, we'll find out in 2 days.
Find out this Friday. So I guess follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Samuel D. Carrico, and I'll let you know how we do. So, thanks again for coming on the show today, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
And then, thanks a lot, guys. We will see you next time.